came right back and scored 5. I mean, that was, was huge. We got a bunch of big 2-out hits there that allowed us to kind of tack on there when it looked like we may only get one, and we added 4 more with 2 outs. So that was huge for us and allowed kind of Camden to settle in. And, he got a little, I think the heat got to him a little bit. I think, just being here on this stage, using up that energy early. But luckily we're not I know sometimes it may seem like we're a one-man show on the mound, but we have a lot of faith and a lot of confidence in a lot of different guys. And I think you saw that today with Josh Malice and Turner Thompson. I mean, we're here. You can sit here. Jackson, sit with you. When you can go and you go from a guy who's obviously has been our ace and going to Wake Forest, and then you go to Josh Mallett, who's committed to Ole Miss, and Turner Thompson to close it out, who's committed to Tulane. I don't think anybody's going to feel sorry for us with the arms we're running out there. So, and we did a great job, and we hung on. It was, it's when you get here, those last couple outs are always the hardest, and we may have to go take some fly ball practice here before we come back tomorrow. But other than that, I was, you can't, we're still playing. We're one of the last 2 teams left, and we've given ourselves a chance, and that's all you could do.
Coach, I noticed your second time around in the lineup in the 4th inning. That's when you did your damage to the Argote kid.
Yeah.
Do you teach your kids that like that? Is that first time up like an educational tour for the pitcher, and you try and learn from the pitcher? I
mean, we do. We try to we turn our guys loose. We try to let them be aggressive. I thought we took some good swings early. We hit some balls hard. I thought even in the first inning, I thought we were right on some balls and maybe hit some balls right at them. But I think our guys, I think one of the biggest things with this group and this team is and it's corny, is how much they love each other and they care. But the communication that happens because of that. I mean, they're talking to each other as they're going around and seeing guys for the first, second time, and they're communicating with each other and giving them information. I mean, I'll be honest with you. This might be the least amount of coaching I ever do with this group, with this team, because they just like, hey, go play. Like, let me not get in the way of this thing, and you guys go do your thing. And I think it's a testament to the guys we have here.
DJ, Henry, I'd like to hear from both of you about that 5-run inning and what that did, keying this team in this game.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you started it. You might as well go.
We knew it was going to be a big stage, so obviously we tried to keep the same approach, not like do anything crazy. So we kept the same approach, and obviously it ended up well.
I would say that I think we stayed, like you said, we stayed with our approach better in that inning. I got hit by a pitch, but all our hitters, we pulled off a little bit. I know I pulled off a little bit. And so we're just barreling balls to the middle of the field, which is exactly what we work on in BP. So I would say, just doing that. He was not overwhelming. He was, I think you said 78 to 80 with a decent curveball, just sitting on that fastball and barreling that up to the middle of the field. We did that very well, and 5 runs.
Camden, you're a guy that loves to walk around the mound. You pitch with a lot of energy, a lot of passion. What was the mindset for you going into a game like today, knowing not only did you have to weather the weather, but also just not getting too high?
I thought that execution today would mean going as long as I could, getting us a win, and making sure that all the other guys stayed under 30 pitches. So I was a little disappointed with the 4-pitch walk that I had, because I would have liked to finish that inning. But Malice came in, and thankfully he came out and he threw 28 pitches in his inning and a half. And then Turner came in and shut the door. So I think that we executed today, and I tried to keep my same energy, and it was hot. So I had to keep the walking to a minimum even in between innings. I had to sit and keep an ice towel on. But, it was an awesome experience, and I wouldn't have had it rather turn out any other way.
Cam, what was did you have any sort of a scouting report on Springs as far as graders, or what your approach was going into the game?
Not really, no, because we didn't have. When we looked at max preps, we looked at everything, and there wasn't. I'd rather pitch. We've looked at scouting reports all season, and I'd say that I'd rather pitch to my strengths as opposed to pitching to a scouting report. And I think that served us well all year. Now, in certain cases, we've played teams where we know that a guy can't hit an off-speed pitch to save his life, so we'll attack that way. But most of the time, I pitch to my strengths, and I think I did that today. At times, most of the time, and I think that paid off for us.
Josh, talk to us about weathering the damage, allowing a little bit of damage, but weathering the storm and keeping it as minimal as you could.
Yeah, I know. Coming in after a guy like Camden, I have so much confidence because he's always energized. He has all the energy there. Coming in is really easy to get in a groove, kind of just step in his role and take his place in a couple unfortunate plays. But, just come in there, fire strikes, get ahead of guys. It's big for me because when I fall behind, I kind of get in a little slouch, and I got to pull myself out of there, and getting ahead is big for me.
Henry, that big triple. Talk to us about it.
I'd say a lot of my success in that at bat came from what I did on deck. I was watching, he was not throwing, that first time around at least, he started throwing more curveballs the second time, but that first time around he was all fastballs. I was like, okay, I'm just going to time that up. So I did, and the first pitch was low away in the dirt. I'm like, all right, he's going to try to get ahead, and he's going to come back with it. And then he did. He threw it middle in, about hip height, exactly where I like it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to hit it hard up the middle, and it was hard to right center. So I just sticking with the approach. And I'd say, but I was on deck. I was really had his fastball timed up. So I think that's why I had success there.
I thought you were going to say because it was my birthday present.
He did. He did. Right before, he told me, he's like, Hank, give me a birthday present. There you go.
You have any gas left by the time you got to
if I'm being completely honest, I was exhausted. I think
we got to condition more.
G-Man Choi to get the oxygen.
That's
He almost had to break that out for me. But no, I got
Miguel, that third inning, when you come up here, obviously scoring the first run in a game like this, how big of a play do you think it was when they didn't score on the ground ball to shortstop in the third?
I thought it was a huge play. I mean, just for us psychologically, especially because we got out of the inning right after that. We talked about yesterday that I thought being sometimes, and I think Coach Beatty of Strawberry Crest said this the other day, sometimes being the visitor here the first time, especially especially in a semifinal game, is huge because you get a chance to tack on a run early and play from ahead. And I think Miami Springs has had a tremendous amount of success all year long. So they're not really used to playing from behind. So I think that was a big key when they didn't score there. We got out of it, especially with the way we responded and took the lead. And now all of a sudden we played with confidence. It allowed us to kind of relax and settle in and just play. And we tacked on a couple more later, which allowed us to kind of let guys. We probably let Cam go a little longer than we probably would have if it was 1-0, 2-0. Same thing, we were able to kind of play the pitch count game because we had a lead, and obviously we have confidence in the game and the guys behind them. But, all those things all played a role in today's game.
Nick, can we hear from you, man? I mean, what's this moment like? You're a junior varsity guy at the beginning of this year, and then you're leading off the state semifinal.
I mean, it's kind of hard, to wrap my mind around. I didn't even, I got called up because someone got hurt, and then Bennett ended up getting hurt, so I started hitting leadoff. So the thing I think about is not trying to do too much and do more than I can. I try to stay with my approach and just keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully things will end up good.
Coach, we sat behind the turtle against TC a couple months ago, and we talked about Nick and how beautiful swing he has. And then you look at the lineup you make out today, and a lot of other teams at this point of the year, they got a lot of seniors. You got a lot of young guys on this team. Just talk about the contributions. I mean, you look at 3 of the first 4 guys. I mean, they're going to be here for a while.
We do, and we hopefully that's obviously what we envision and what we hope. But we're really talented, and Nick, to his credit, and again, it's not to take away from our seniors because our seniors bring so much to the table. And Jimmy and Ethan. Jimmy stepped in for Bennett after the season and the injury and has been outstanding for us. And Ethan Valdez had another big hit today and has done a tremendous job for us. But even the guys like Brandon Incardona and Jack Maroney and Andrew Kynes, and those guys bring so much to the table from a leadership perspective. And they don't care who gets the credit. They don't care who plays. It could be easy sometimes to be selfish and want to be the guy. And they've kind of deferred to the younger guys and let them play because they've seen them play well. And Nick, to Nick's credit, he's a guy, I'll be honest with you, probably deserved to be on varsity from the beginning of the year. But we wanted to give some of those older guys an opportunity to play, and we felt like they deserved it, and they've earned it. And we told him to wait his turn and kind of wait. And when he got called up, to his credit, he just played. He didn't pout. He went down on JV and dominated, had a tremendous year on JV. I think he hit 470. So I don't know how smart a coach I am that a guy that's leading off first day semifinal spent so much time on the JV team. But I think it's a credit to our guys and what they believe in one program, and they know that, hey, just because you start the year there doesn't mean you're going to finish the year. Cannon Manasseh's a perfect example, a guy who played his whole freshman year on the freshman team, then he played JV baseball and then made the team right on the varsity as a sophomore. So, again, our guys know that we're going to play the best guys. We're going to give the guys that we feel give us the best opportunity to win, and we're fortunate that we got some young guys that can really, really play, and we're excited about that. But we also want to send these seniors out with a chance to really cement their legacy here because they have meant so much to this program over the last 4 years.
Hey, Josh, in the 6th, how relieved were you to get that third out there? Bases were loaded. It was getting kind of
Yeah, I mean, that was really big. After the missed pop-up, all I was going through my mind is get this out, and I had to attack the zone. I knew this hitter, he's really good. He'd put a couple hard swings on it, so just getting that out was huge. I mean, bases loaded, that's 3 runs, that's a close game. So I knew I had to get out of it, stay focused, get ahead, and attack the zone.
Another one for Cam on that thwart in the rally there. You give up 2 after the guy scored the runs, and then you pick off that guy, a little inside move on the 3-2 count. I saw you do that a couple times throughout the day. How nice is that when you do a move like that and it finally pays off?
I probably have the worst inside move on the team because I set up with my back leg already collapsed. So I honestly thought, and I heard that Jimmy called it.
Yeah, it wasn't even me. Like Jimmy Clifford made that call on his own. Like he put that in. So you can make that again. And when we talk about senior leadership, there's a perfect example of that.
So I figured that we're doing that to try and get them to draw a bunt or to just try and keep those guys honest. And then, I mean, inside move, and he broke to third right away. I still think that he could have ran back to second. He'd have been safe. No one was there.
Yeah.
But he broke to third, so I try to run towards the bag to get him to go. And then try to get him to go one way and threw it to Nick, and he stuck his foot out to try and get an obstruction call, but it was too far gone then. But that was huge. I think that's my first pickoff of the year. So that's fun.
Good time.
Yeah.
Miguel, talk a little bit about the demeanor of and then the players. You can talk to this too. Very positive in the dugout. You missed a couple squeezes, and you were still encouraging your guys. And a lot of coaches aren't like that. So where does that come from?
Well, I think, and I say I've probably been doing this a long time, and I get agitated. They're going to laugh because they know that I'm not always the calmest guy in the dugout. I try to be calm. But this group especially, like, because we have so many young guys, like in this environment, like things are going to happen, right? You got to weather the storm. There's going to be mistakes. Like it's high school baseball. Big league guys miss squeeze plays. Big league guys strike out. Big league guys make errors. They walk guys. Like our guys are high school athletes. Like it's fine. Like we just want to keep playing. And we talked about it. As long as this baseball to me is the greatest game in the world. Because, hey, you get a lead like today. We got a lead. We couldn't just run out the clock and play 4 corners and take a knee. Like, you got to get 21 outs, and you got to go get them. And, we were the beneficiary of that earlier in the playoffs where we were able to come back because we were down and put up 3 in the bottom of the 7th. And, we just keep playing. And this group has been such a special group. I told them last night that in all the years I've been doing this, it's probably one of the most fun teams I've had, one of the most fun experiences I've had coaching because I truly believe they love each other so much. As they've been so close with each other. I love these guys, and it's just been outstanding. And so for me, it's just, I think it's, much part of it's maturity and just being older. And it also helps when, you got guys like this behind you, like, hey, these guys are pretty good. Like, it's going to be okay. Like, they're going to find a way to get it done. And they've done it all year. And, hopefully we can do it one more time.
All right, guys, one more question.
Coach, I waited a couple years to ask you this question. All right, what did you learn from the game a couple years ago, the championship game, that can help you guys for tomorrow? And also, what's the message to the guys as you guys sit down for dinner tonight?
That's a good question, Jay. I would be lying to you if I say that, there's not probably a day that goes by that I don't think about that. We're 5 outs away against one of the best programs in the country at the time, one of the best teams in the country, and we had a chance maybe to put them away. But we let some opportunities slip early that we could have maybe tacked on, and we did it. And to their credit, they did what they should have done. I think for us, the message is just keep playing, right? We got 21 outs. We've talked about, I've told these guys all year long, my goal was to get to this point. Win or lose, obviously we want to win, but you can't win it all the time. It's sports, like it happens. But we want to put ourselves in a position. For me, I wanted to be able to coach these guys for as long as I could. So tomorrow's the absolute last day I could coach this group, this team, right? I mean, it's the last game of the year no matter what. Win or lose, it's done. Which is a little bittersweet. Hey, even if we win, it's going to be a little bittersweet just because of the fact of, I'm not going to have this same group again. There'll be a lot of guys coming back, but each team is always unique in their own character and culture and how they get along. But so for me, I think the message is just enjoy the moment. We talked about it today. Just enjoy this atmosphere. What better place could you be? You're in a state semifinal. You're in a big league park. You got a chance to go play, in front of the crowd and all these kind of things. Just enjoy it, relax, and have fun. And if it happens, it happens. If not, and it wasn't meant to be, it's just the way it is.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for your
Yep,
time.
thank you.
If you guys want to do one-on-ones, anybody?